Good morning.
Good morning. You right?
I had a notification pop up.
That was time and place.
Well, I didn't expect it. I didn't ask for the notification. Okay.
How are you today?
Yeah, fine. Well, interestingly, we got a bit of love, didn't we, after yesterday's vlog where we were talking about becoming overwhelmed. So
we don't feel as overwhelmed today.
No, and it's interesting because Emily and I are. I don't want to get the wording wrong, but if I get the wording wrong, please accept it. You know, but generally we're okay. We're pretty self-aware and able to kind of get through things to the best of our ability. But we all have troughs, we all have down days, we all have dips, we all have everything else. And ours was probably the past 3, 4, 5 days when you look back at it.
It's kind of built, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, it's very interesting for you and me because we'd spent a couple of weeks of lockdown staying up that little bit later than normal. We got through the In-Betweeners box set on E4 or channel I, what's the app, whatever the playback, all four, and things like that. And we found ourselves going to bed about 11, half 11. And then, which is late for us, very late for us. And then all of a sudden...
So late for us.
Well, yeah. And then all of a sudden you find yourself kind of starting to get a bit more tired. Then we're arguing a bit more, then that. So, and then obviously, yeah, it sort of all bubbled up, didn't it, the past couple of days.
There's a lot to take on. There's a lot going on.
No, there is. I'm not saying that. But, our ability to be able to deal with things is generally linked to...
And I always sit down again, going back to today's post, because it's been quite helpful actually using today's post as a bit of a guide for what we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today's post was all about external influence, and what I did say in that post was we're very, or not very fortunate, because, well, it depends on what we talk about fortunate, but we have each other.
It's
I
weird.
am fortunate I've got you.
No, it's weird because I sometimes think, oh, you spilt my coffee. Thank you. When
I didn't touch
it's about the whole luck thing, isn't it, and the universe? But somehow,
what I'm saying, we love each other. We live together.
So what? Yeah, right.
Rude. We work together. We have that, and quoting your Liam Neeson stupid quote from...
Why would you bring that back when sorry, we're getting when I agree it was a stupid quote. Don't bring it back.
It was the whole unique set of skills.
No, we have complementary skill sets.
We've got very different skill sets, which in turn helps us to kind of be able to make plans, and I can bounce off Alan and Alan can bounce off me. But that being said, it can... I certainly hope this bloody hay fever.
No, you didn't. You sounded fine.
Well, I feel croaky.
We got 3 people watching. 4. All right.
Shut up. Is sometimes a bit of external influence goes a long way, and we are fortunate we have each other and we do talk to each other, but it's a long old time to be in lockdown to only be talking to one person, and luckily enough we have the power of FaceTime and Zoom and Google Meet and all these wonderful things now. I mean, can you imagine being in 1984 right now?
I know.
With
well, funnily
like
enough, it was the FaceTiming people that was also overwhelming me because I had to find time. I wanted to find time to FaceTime my mum, my dad and Donna, and all these other people who, friends who are then thinking of you, and I'm like, I know you're thinking of me, but I'm really busy. That's and it's like no, they're being nice.
But they're the things you need, and actually,
yes, they're the things you need.
Like I've managed to speak to my parents every single day. You've spoken to your parents pretty much. You have spoken to
Mum's every day. Dad and Donna kind of every, give or take, every 2 or 3 days.
But having someone outside of your direct sort of lockdown space is really helpful. But on a business side of it, having someone who gets where you're coming from as well, who may not be like your direct industry. I mean, I've got...
Can I interrupt? I know you are mid-flow. I've since learned...
Has there been a video so far where he hasn't interrupted me?
No, but I've since learned that actually my sister watches these, my mum started to watch these, and Dad and Donna watch these. So if I'm going to goof off on a family member, it now has to be my brother. Right, so, because he definitely doesn't watch these. Right, Emily, as you were.
He definitely doesn't. Having... whether you want to call them an accountability buddy or a sounding board or just someone to chat to.
A mate.
Just a business mate is really, really, really good to have. And I'm very lucky that I've got a few little groups of people that I speak to. One of which being obviously the lovely Danielle and Kathy, who Danielle owns Penton Park Wedding Venue. Kathy is actually our accountant, but really, really amazing.
Shall I tag them?
Why not?
Tagged below.
Tagged below. But amazing to have people who just get it, and for me, with those lovely ladies,
that's a really key part. Actually,
we are very different industries. We are very different types of financial impact on our businesses. I mean, Danielle, bless her heart, she's got a £1 million thinking, you know, God knows, bigger. It's like a big mansion, isn't it? It's a big old wedding venue, and
they own a stately home,
stately home.
And the costs that are attributed to owning a stately home.
Yeah.
Which, bear in mind, there was a TV series about stately homes being hard work. I think everyone knows how hard work a stately home is.
But ultimately,
Country House Rescue, was it called? Something like that.
But ultimately, it doesn't matter if your financial burden in this like lockdown stage is £10 million or £10,000. It's the same stresses on it.
Same stress.
And for us as well, for me with those girls, we're all three of us are mums, and we're going through this kind of thing. So not that mums are the only reason we want to talk to other people, but it's kind of people get where we're coming from, and it's sometimes just nice to go.
It is interesting, and I certainly wouldn't want to. But you know the phrase like you're the average of your 5 friends and all these things. I have a different conversation about business and life with fellow business owners compared to, you know, perhaps friends who aren't business owners. But that doesn't mean either one's right or wrong type of thing.
And you don't even have to get any kind of, I don't know, value learning from having an accountability person, or just to pick up the phone and speak to someone. And we said this a few vlogs back as well, just the ability to pick up the phone and talk to someone is really, really, really key. And actually seeing someone's face on the end of a FaceTime, on the end of a Zoom, because, you know, it's kind of lonely. Whether
sometimes it's just a release. What did I had something that I just felt released. Actually, do you know what? I think I actually chatted to Mum, Dad and Donnie yesterday because it was just one of those days, and I felt an enormous kind of woof after that. And it wasn't like I vented particularly or anything else, but I think it just took me out of the world for the moment, and then, you know.
But that's when this whole lockdown situation really makes you appreciate human interaction and what you have taken for granted before this. And whether you are, as we would say, we're social phobes, we don't go out a lot, we still talk to people.
We certainly have agoraphobic, sociophobic tendencies. I think it's fair to say.
It's not even that, it's just the fact that we're so darn busy all the time that we forget to actually go and social.
I'm going with sociophobic, agoraphobic tendencies personally.
We just get so busy, and by the time...
Do you not think it's like do you not think work's like a gas, but you feel the available space?
Of course you do. Of course you do.
So.
And that's a very good point there. Well done for bringing up something of value there.
And then I whippersnappered because I am way down.
Number 1, you're not down with the kids. Don't do it. Number 2, you will become arthritic, and then
that is true. I have had an operation on my wrist, and it is fair to say there's a scar here, and you can't see that. And one of the things we possibly attributed it to is me trying to pretend I was cool by doing that.
Now I've completely forgot the train of thought.
Well, I was talking about work being like a gas and feeling the available space.
That was my point. So yes, you are busy, because work is busy. Depends on what busy is at the moment for you. Whether you are actually working with clients and making sales, or whether you are learning right now, or you're working on marketing right now, or you are trying to work out your new plan right now. You can so easily fill that space and fill that time by always thinking about it, and that consumes you. Then that becomes almost like a negative spin on you, because you are then either worrying or you're just trying to think of the next, and the time goes so quickly. I can't believe yesterday we got to 8 o'clock at night, sat down and went, where did that day go? It went really quickly. So it's really important to try and almost segment, and it's difficult to say that as business owners, but to segment your time a little bit, to just make sure you can switch off. Go and pick up the phone and ring your mum. Go and pick up. I had a great call after.
Plans would be unplanned.
Yeah, I had a great call. My best friend Gary, he gave me a FaceTime just after our negative, not negative.
Can't say negative.
Just after our slightly wobbly one the other day. Picked up the phone. I was on a phone for him for an hour, and it was so nice just to go and talk about the sunshine and how blue the sky was.
I know, you were laying there having a chat, and I was having a panic attack running around going, what, we got stuff to do, and Emily's laying there chatting.
I switched it off, didn't have to think about work, I just... What?
Nothing.
Is that any worse than your...
No, it wasn't. I wasn't talking about that, it was the switch off part. Right, we need to draw a line under today.
Okay, draw a line.
So, what we're looking at is, you know, who can you reach out to, who can you talk to, who's your accountability?
As a child.
Oh, come and look at that. If that doesn't make you smile.
There are a couple of things to draw attention on Joseph today. Number 1, his hair is more and more Boris by the day.
Yeah, he's got more and more food in it.
Yeah.
And
secondly, he fell over and cut his bit between his nose and
I think our third child has been in the wars more than anyone. He's not always being beaten up by 1 and 2. He's had more injuries and he's destroyed more things in the house.
But unfortunately, this little scab that has a code makes him look like some sort of World War II dictator, which we will not mention.
Right, thank you very much. Have an amazing day.
See you later.
Bye.
Pew, 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 pew.